What's going on, AMC Nation? John Wick sniping back with another video on this Sunday night before a possibly big week. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations if you're a Bengals fan. They pulled off a miracle victory in Kansas City. I really like Joe Burrow. Sky's the limit for that guy. But moving aside from that, kind of a rough weekend for me because if you guys have been watching my videos, I kind of told you what I do for a living. I take care of an elderly man who has COPD, and this weekend he had to go to the emergency room. He has a abdominal aortic aneurysm. So that's common in older smoking males, but it's a very dangerous condition that he has right now because if it bursts, he will not survive. So the reason why I even say that is because I need this AMC play to hit now more than ever. This man passes away, I don't really have a job. So it's crunch time with AMC. Definitely got to pray that this comes the way we all think it's going to come. Also looked at some apartments this weekend. And rentals are out of control. I mean, it's like literally $1,000 more per month on some of these apartment rentals than I've been currently paying. Food prices, as we know, those are going out of control. So a lot of things are going up. The time is now for this AMC business to hit. You know, I'm praying that the New York guy has been right this whole time. I've laid off of him. Let him have his jokes and talk to the ducks as long as what he's saying comes true. I'm all for it. I want to remind you guys to prepare yourselves for the upcoming week. If you saw my last video, you saw that I called Fidelity and I asked a lot of uncomfortable questions that didn't get answered sharply. And a lot of you have commented saying that, oh, she doesn't know and she's in a call center. You know what? You get paid to do a job. You get paid to know. I called the appropriate number. They should know this information. If not, it's because they're uncomfortable talking about AMC, which leads me to believe everybody knows what time it is with the AMC business, especially at these brokerages. Wearing my AMC to the moon lucky shirt Sunday night, sleeping in it, dreaming in it. I hope that we hit next week, or at least in the next few weeks. But hopefully starting tomorrow, we start learning a lot more about what is going on and if we are actually going to get paid and when. If you are able to add to your position, that's a great idea. The stock is as low as it's probably going to go. Could it go a little lower? Of course. I'm not a financial advisor. I would never tell you infinitely to buy or definitely to buy, I should say. And if you're new and you're watching this and you're thinking, like I said, 10 shares, $150 at this point in your life, give you a chance at some financial freedom, or at least the ability to grab a hold of a chunk of money to do something with. So my suggestion, though, going back to the Fidelity call, is that you prepare yourself as soon as tomorrow, as soon as you can. You need to call your brokerages. You need to ask some of these same questions that I asked. I'd even recorded at this point. You know, they make it easy. They tell you already they're recording the call, so you're recording it as well. And you want to hear them tell you that they have your shares, and if they don't, why don't they? And when will they have them? Ask for your serial numbers on your shares just so that you can get a little firmer of an answer regarding your shares being at whatever brokerage you're at. If you're on the free apps, I don't know what to tell you at this point. There's probably something you can Google where you can find an email address and start emailing, saving those emails. Some of you guys that know the deal there, put it in the comments for people so that they know, at Webull, who do I email? Who do I call? Robinhood, same thing. Cash App, and all these places where you can buy shares and stocks of AMC. You need to start figuring this out because once this starts going and getting crazy, you're not going to be able to reach anybody, okay? They're not going to probably even want to answer your ass. So The time is now. Don't wait till the freak rip happens, where who knows, what if it happens tomorrow? At some point you're already behind the eight ball. The other thing you definitely have to ask is your trading hours. Can you trade before the market opens and after the market opens? That's a very, very important question for you to find out immediately. You cannot wait any more time asking that question, because I have a feeling a lot of people will see a big increase in one of those time frames, before or after, and you don't want to be caught not having the ability to sell if you want to sell at the price that you see at that point. Because let me tell you, I've followed stocks, I follow a lot of stocks, and I've seen some stocks up 50% in pre-market or after hours, and then when it opens, you don't ever see that 50%. So that's another thing to think about. There's a lot of tinkering and craziness that goes on in pre-market and after hours, and that's another thing to think about. If it's astronomical in pre-market, you may want to get out at that point, because maybe it doesn't keep flying during market hours. So that's another thing that you got to really keep in mind. The other thing that we don't know, speaking about the rip in price, is will a whale jump in on this? Will an Elon Musk say, you know what, I feel it, I see it, it looks like it's going to happen, I'm in, here's $1 billion, I'm buying shares? That can cause this to go hyperbolic. It can go crazy. So I just wanted to get on today on Sunday night and try to remind you guys to prepare yourselves for next week, because you don't know when this thing's going to happen. You need the answers to these questions. You need to be able to get to it right away. And for those that work jobs that you can't really keep up with the stock, you're going to have to figure it out, because the worst thing you're going to want to see is that you couldn't pay attention and it rose up to 300, and then somehow they got some shares and they knocked it back down to 75 or something like that, and maybe you wanted to get out at 300. I do want to point out that I'm really happy that all the YouTubers and a lot of other people in comments and stuff like that have tempered their expectations. I want to credit myself for coming onto the scene and kind of doing that, because we were hearing a lot of the 500,000, the 100,000, the 50,000, the 10,000, and at least now we're in the hundreds to the thousands. And that's good too. Can this craziness happen? Yeah, I guess if all the stars align, maybe it can happen. But it's better to have a more realistic price point that you want to exit. So keeping that in mind. And having said that, you really, really are going to have to battle your inner greed, because as you start seeing this price go up, and there's halts and stuff like that, and you're talking to yourself, because that's going to happen. You're going to be talking to yourself. You're going to see your account rising, and you're going to be saying, shit, should I pull the plug? Should I pull the plug? And you know what? I've been in this situation a lot of times, and a lot of times we don't pull the plug. So you're really going to have to understand your greed within, try to control it, and just be happy with what you get. Any money that you make on a gamble, because this is a gamble at the end of the day, is a good thing. You should be happy and you shouldn't look back. So if you sell out at $200 a share and it rose up to 500, be happy that you got the 200. Go on with your life. Use the money to reinvest. Use the money to buy something that you've always wanted. And don't look back. Don't kick yourself and say, oh, I could have held for 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, or an hour, and I would have had $500 a share. Just go on to the next play, and hopefully that play will make the difference that you would have made. So again, thank you for watching this video. John Wick Sniping is out.